G'day, these are my two Landcruisers. I've had this one since June '92, been everywhere in it, all over the inland and down every track, and haven't managed to break it yet. It's got nearly 600,000 kilometres on it. This one here, I only got 50,000 before I found the cracked chassis. It's had a lot of things go wrong with it, but the chassis is by far the worst. This is the left hand side of the vehicle, so this is the end of the chassis, and this is the 3.5mm plate on the end. Now you can see it's not fully welded, it's only stitch welded onto the chassis, and if you're checking your 200 Series Landcruiser to see if this is a good example of where the cracks start. So you can see this one is just started, so a crack always needs a place to start, and this one started right here and it's working down the weld. So that's where the big crack is, on the back of that weld on the other side. Here's a front view of it. So this is the plate welded on the end of the chassis, and all they've done to secure the bull bar is bolted onto these. There's a bolt here that's been broken off. You can see the cracks running down here. The hole's done a good job here stopping it, and the other crack, which these two link up with that crack I showed you just around the corner on the side. You can see the crack in the chassis here on the right hand side. This part here, it's 3.5mm sheet metal that they weld across the front of the chassis there to take, it originally takes a big aluminium bar, it's not that heavy. This is what's originally on them. That's made out of aluminium. This is the front crossbar. Just a bit of polystyrene. Not sure how much that weighs. It might be 5 kilos or a bit more. And what we've done is replaced it with 12,000 kilo winch, 12,000 pound winch. It's got the rope on, so that we were looking for a reduction in weight. So the winch and the bar come to about 96 kilos, and when you go to get a bull bar put on, I didn't even think about where they were mounting it or whatever. If I had known that they were going to hang all that on 3.5mm plate, I think I would have thought twice about it. There's a lot of other manufacturers that go to a lot more trouble than just hanging it all off this plate. So you've got a bull bar sticking out here, corrugated roads, and over the bonnet of this car all you could see was the bull bar moving differently to the car. And if you can see that over the front of your 200 series, it could be that your chassis is getting fatigued. This is the second part of the mounting system. So that bolts up against your 3.5mm sheet metal hanging on the front of the car, and this bolts up to where your tie down lugs are on the underneath side of the chassis. There's a big crack running down here, but I think that's more the quality of the weld than the stress that it's been under. Look, for your own safety, if you're winching, if you're somewhere stuck, your bull bar's attached the same as this one is, just make sure you check your car before you do any winching, or you might get yourself in a fairly unsafe situation. I think if I got stuck in this car as it was, trying to winch with cracks like that, it would have been fairly serious. Listen, I'll keep you posted on this, and I'll let you know what happens. I bought this one to replace the 80 series, and I was happy with it for a while. It's probably a good car, it's got a great engine, but now the 80's had to replace it again. I threw a new clutch in the 80 series and put some new bushes in the trailing arms on the rear end, and it's a great car again. And I seem to be happy driving down the road in that car. It just doesn't have the pulling power of this one when it comes to towing something. We've had some really good times exploring Australia and between these two cars, and we hope to keep doing that. I'm sure we can sort out the trouble with the 200. But just one other thing, if you're in dusty country, just make sure that your air cleaner box isn't leaking dust, because this one did that as well. But happy four-wheel driving, everyone. Cheers.